Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for ALZADAAL'S Legacy. This is the brand new dungeon made available by patch 6.1 in Final Fantasy XIV Newfound Adventure. Before you dive into this treasure trove of a guide, remember to ignore all the dull people who hate puns. My name is Miztech and I'll be your dungeon guide. This first section of trash has a few AoE attacks to look out for. Be on the lookout for extra adds that will jump into the fight. Tanks be ready to pick these up as quickly as possible. The first boss is Abu Jam. Big Wave will deal group-wide damage and place a bleed debuff on all players that lasts for 12 seconds. This debuff cannot be dispelled and healers should be ready to keep everyone healthy. The boss will move to the center of the arena and begin to cast Tentacle Dig. Players will need to keep an eye out for the water ripples caused by the moving tentacle underneath the surface and move away from it. Eventually, the tentacle will stop moving and explode in a wide circle in that area. During the next Tentacle Dig, both tentacles will move around the arena and players will need to identify and move away from each one to avoid getting hit. Toxic Fountain will form 3 sets of circle AoEs around the arena. Players can dodge the first set, and after it explodes, move into that area to dodge the other 2 sets. These mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. In the next section of trash, these rampart gates will teleport waves of adds into the room out of the water. If you destroy it fast enough, you may not have to deal with as many adds. Watch your feet for AoE attacks as you burn everything down. The second boss is the Armored Chariot. This boss will move into the center and cast Articulated Bits, spawning 4 adds in each corner of the room. These adds will be numbered, indicating the order that they will attack in. The boss will also put up purple shields in the direction of the attacking adds and will reflect their attacks in those areas. To avoid getting hit, players can move away from the shielded sides of the boss. These attacks will inflict nasty damage over time on any player's hit, so be careful. Diffusion Ray will deal high group-wide damage. Healers beware. The next Articulated Bits cast will spawn more adds and also turn the boss's hitbox into a danger zone. These adds are not numbered and will all attack at the same time. The position of the adds along with the boss's shields will allow for small safe zones that players can stand in to avoid getting hit. Players will be marked with Graviton Cannons Circle attacks that need to be moved away from each other to avoid overlapping damage. Rail Cannon will target the primary target for a heavy-hitting Tankbuster. Cooldown and heal as necessary. These mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. The next section of trash has the usual AoE mechanics to watch out for as you burn through each group. The final boss is Kapikulu. Billowing Bolts will deal group-wide damage and form spikes around the outer edge of the arena. The boss will jump to the edge and begin to cast Spin Out, while random sections of the platform begin to form more spikes. All players will lose control over their characters and be sent spinning around the arena with very limited control. Players will need to try to keep their characters away from the spikes during this time. Cruel Slice will target the primary target for a heavy hit. Cooldown and heal as necessary. Wild Weave will form a number of ribbons around the room. The boss will target a ribbon and cast Power Surge. At the end of the cast, all ribbons of the same color will explode in wide circles. To avoid getting hit, players can stand on ribbons of the opposite color. ROTARY GALE will target all players with AoE circle attacks. Spread to avoid overlap. During the next spin-out mini-phase, the boss will also cast Basting Blade through the room, further limiting the safe areas that players can spin through. Do your best to avoid excess damage. These mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Up next, we'll head into the brand new Alliance raid. Till next time.